Today, the number one trend on Twitter was Boycott Star Wars VII. And it happened in 3 phases. Phase 1, a bunch of racists took to the internet and said, boycott Star Wars VII because it supports white genocide. Phase 2 was people using the same hashtag to decry that first group of people. Fuck you, racists! Boo! And then the third wave was people going through and saying to the second wave, you guys are a bunch of idiots. It wasn't really racist. It was just trolls from 4chan. Well, anyway, the tweets are so fucking hilarious that I'm just going to proceed as if they're real because I've not seen any evidence that they aren't.
Boycott Star Wars VII because we are tired of the Jews promoting white genocide. And it shows a caricature of a Jew, and his body is made up of television, magazines, radio, media, and music. And then he's stuffing a caricature of a black person into a white guy's mouth with a funnel, and it says Goyim on his shirt, which I guess is the Jewish word for, some person who's not a Jew.
Spielberg was involved in the Transformers films, sadly enough, but there's no Jewish propaganda in those movies. There's not even an ideological message in those movies other than, you're stupid, watch things go boom boom. Watch robot crash into other robot incomprehensibly for fucking 90 mind-numbing minutes. And yeah, I know the runtimes of those films are longer than 90 minutes, but 90 minutes of those films is literally comprised of just that.
I'm going to boycott Star Wars VII because I'm tired of seeing white people portrayed as helpless and stupid.
95% of all movie heroes from Hollywood movies are white. I mean, I'm not complaining about that. I'm not one of these people who's like, we need more arbitrarily this demographic or this demographic in the movies. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not concerned. But I certainly don't freak out when they cast a black guy in a movie and say, this is your hero. I'm not like, bullshit! That's not my hero! We don't even have the same skin pigmentation!
Boycott Star Wars VII. If I wanted to see apes, I would just go to the zoo. And it shows an ape with a lightsaber.
As fucked up as that is, it does kind of make me wish that the main character of Star Wars VII was actually an ape. You could do like a big Planet of the Apes Star Wars crossover. Especially since the Planet of the Apes movies, at least the last 2, have been surprisingly good. Turn Caesar into a fucking Jedi. Combine the franchises. That shit could be off the hook. Do people still say off the hook?
No.
Yeah, kids. That shit's gonna be dope, yo.
Don't be whack.
Don't be whack, home skillet. I am extremely white.
Boycott Star Wars VII. How Star Wars was made after the first trilogy. And then there's a Jewish movie executive scratching his chin. And then he rejects the script for Phantom Menace. He says there's too many white people, needs more diversity. Then George Lucas gets fucking high on a doobie and fucking sits in front of some psychedelic shit, naked, writing a new script. And the next thing you know, there's fucking Jar Jar Binks, and I think that character's name is Watto? I don't know.
Mind tricks no work on me. Only money. Okay, so first of all, George Lucas is not going to some studio exec trying to get his movie made. He is the studio exec. He's the fucking big boss man on Star Wars. He doesn't need anyone else's approval. And that was part of the problem. He could surround himself with yes men who could just tell him that all of his ideas are good. Yeah, George, Jar Jar Binks is real funny. But the worst thing about this is that most people consider Star Wars The Phantom Menace to be kind of weirdly racist. I mean, Jar Jar Binks pretty much talks like an old plantation slave. Oh, Misa Jar Jar Binks! You'sa want me to be packing the cotton, master? And Watto, I think that's his character's name. I'm not looking up the character's name. I don't give that much of a fuck.
It is Watto.
It's Watto. And Watto is this fucking greedy, money-hungry, fucking shrewd businessman with a giant hook nose who talks exactly like a Jew. Oh yeah, and the evil Trade Federation in that movie, they talk like Chinese people for some reason. And the Jedi? Oh, we are most evil. Oh. Come on, George, come the fuck on! I can see why these Boycott Star Wars 7 people are mad. They're like, come on, George Lucas has a rich, racist tradition to uphold.
Boycott Star Wars 7 because you can't market to 13% of the US population and ignore your primary demographic.
You know, the fucked up thing is that actually in a lot of markets, casting a black guy as your lead really is box office poison. The exception to that is Will Smith, because, of course, Will Smith just oozes charisma to the point where even people that hate him like him. Even though every Will Smith movie can basically be reduced to the noun, aw hell nah formula. Like Independence Day. Aliens? Aw hell nah!
I Am Legend.
Weird vampire zombie things! Aw hell nah! iRobot. Robots? Oh, hell no!
It's true.
Just another franchise built by white money and given to non-whites for the sake of diversity. Hashtag boycott Star Wars.
You know, I kind of have a position on this that a lot of people don't really agree with because I just don't really give a fuck one way or the other. If I watch a movie and it's all white people in the entire movie, I'm not like, oh my god, racist movie, bad movie, too many white people! Not enough diversity! But if I see a racially diverse cast, or even like an all-black cast, or an all-Asian cast, I'm equally not sitting there like, oh my god, I cannot relate to these non-white characters, for I am white. How possibly can I relate to them? For some reason, I'm totally able to relate to the 7-foot-tall walking carpet that makes growling noises like, I can't do a Chewbacca. But, you know, not a black person. You know, they're in a universe full of fucking weird-looking alien creatures, and those can all be heroes and characters, and they're fine with that. But then if there's a black guy, they're like, oh! Black guys taking over Star Wars too? First the immigrant took my job, now them Negroes is up there conquering a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away in my favorite fictional universe. What's the world coming to?
Boycott Star Wars 7 because it is anti-white propaganda promoting white genocide.
Wouldn't it be funny if we all got butthurt at these people and then we went to the movie and it actually was like Luke Skywalker at the end of the movie gives an impassioned speech about the whole moral here is that white people are evil and need to be stopped? Yeah, you'd feel like fucking fools then. There'd be some serious egg on your face. Don't ignore the white genocide, brothers and sisters. Captain Confederacy. SJWs complain about white artists misappropriating culture created by blacks, but then celebrate a non-white Star Wars. You know, I just want to know, how the fuck is this a non-white Star Wars? I mean, are there no white people in it? Oh, look, it looks like there's a shit ton of white people in it. How's it anti-white? If there were suddenly no white people, and, you know, Luke Skywalker was recast as Chris Rock or some shit, then maybe I could see some fraction of a fucking point here. But that hasn't happened, so what?
Boycott Star Wars 7. If white people aren't wanted in Star Wars, then our money must not be either.
Yeah, man. This movie that just crashed ticket sale servers in the UK the second they went on sale, and they're probably going to do the same thing when they go on sale tonight. In fact, if you're watching this video, they're already on sale. I don't think that this movie is going to be financially hurt because it promotes white genocide. I don't know, I could be wrong. I've certainly been wrong in the past, but I don't think I'm wrong. What I am is the Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you very